Give you everything you need. I love you when your eyes falling, falling.
So we all about the spirit. Run me down the other years, you know we kill it. And the man, them in the years, you know we build it. I run me down in the studio, they feel it. Cause we have to will it. All about the spirit. Well, I'm in the down in the years, we know we build it. Man, them in the years, you know we fucking have to kill it.
And now I have you all to myself, it's amazing. I was waiting patient my whole life. Look you in your eyes, you're falling. Can we do it till the night till morning? You know I'll be there anytime you're calling. Always be there by your side, my darling. Loyalty, there's nothing more important. If you can't
Hello people, welcome back to the Stephen Sulley study. Thank you so much for continuing to reach out to me and give me positivity. I've got some really good guests coming up over the next few weeks, so please stay tuned. I want to talk to you about the reason why I've decided to have a boxing fight. I've had over 10 fights. The last one I had was back in 2013. So it's some time since I've actually stepped back into the ring and to compete. I keep myself fit, I train, I run, I do weights, I do boxing sessions, I spar anyway. And after much thinking about it and having conversations with other boxers and my coach, I just thought, you know what, it's time to step back up and do something. There is more to it than just fighting though. More to it than most people would imagine by looking at someone who's about to have a fight. It's actually, it benefits most of my life in so many different ways. So what I wanted to do is cover 5 main reasons why I've decided to do the boxing fight, and these things are also transferable to other parts of my life. I'm a big believer that if you go easy on yourself, life goes really hard on you. But when you go really hard on yourself, life gets much easier for you. It's almost like life gets out your way, whether you believe in God, whether you believe in the law of attraction, spirits, or whatever it may be. Whatever's up there gets out your way when they know you're a focused individual. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to come across challenges, but like a laser beam, once a challenge comes in front of you, you tend to break through it and find a way around it and overcome your challenges. So I want to start with number one. The number one thing, the reason why I've decided to commit on a boxing fight is the accountability. I'm accountable not only to my friends and family, not only to anyone who's going to be buying tickets. I'm also accountable to my coach. I invest a good amount of money every single month to my boxing coach or coaches and my nutritionist. And therefore, if I'm spending or investing this money, I should say, then I want to make sure I'm getting the best out of it. The last point on accountability, I'm accountable to my opponent. My opponent is going to be most likely putting all the effort, energy, excitement, training, nutrition, a game plan all together for October, and therefore I owe it to them to make sure I'm giving it my all. And to round it off, actually, I'm also accountable to the most important person, which is myself. In life, I'm a salesperson, and I realise that when salespeople at the end of the month haven't earned what they should have earned, it's not because of the product, it's not because of the company, it's not really because of the climate. I don't believe in whether it's Christmas or whether it's the summer holidays. I don't care about seasons. I believe in what Tony Robbins says, which is it's not your resources that get you successful, it's your resourcefulness that make you a success. So at the end of the month, as a salesperson or a business person, if you're not achieving your goals and you're not working towards your vision, then you've been lying to yourself. And the same thing happens with boxing. If I don't put the hard work in now, I'm going to get found out in the ring. You can look good on the pads, you can look good in sparring, you could look good lifting weights, you could look good on the camera, you could look good doing a run, but where it really counts is when you're in that ring. It's about the accountability, and I believe that if you put yourself under enough professional pressure, you're going to perform when it's time to shine. The next thing is fitness. Goes without saying that when you have a goal, especially a physical goal, whether it's a football match, a tournament, playing a rugby match, boxing, MMA, when you've got that goal, a date, your fitness goes through the roof. Going back to business or even in sales, they say the definition of a sale is the transfer of enthusiasm. To get enthusiastic, there's loads of different things that you need to have, but I think the number one thing, or certainly a vital thing to get yourself enthusiastic, is to be fit. If you really think about it, anyone which is overweight, anyone that is not so healthy, they're not really that enthusiastic a lot of the time. I know there are exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, if you're fit, you're upbeat, you're healthy, and therefore you can transfer that enthusiasm. So it helps other aspects of your life. So my fitness is going to go up. I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to get quicker. I'm going to recover better. I'm going to have a lot more agility. I just think all round I'm going to be more powerful, and therefore I'm going to feel better. The fight's going to be easier for me, and other aspects of my life is going to improve as well. The mental resilience. In boxing, there's no getting away. It can be a bit of a violent sport every so often. You're dishing out punishment, but you're also taking punishment at the same time. So the mental resilience that you're going to build up in a fight, or certainly in training camp, is definitely transferable as well. People talk about recessions, people talk about going through different stages of their life, people talk about going through different seasons, and if you're going through a dark season where it's quite cold, what boxing allows me to do is to build up that mental resilience and also emotional resilience to make sure that even in tough times, I hold it together, I make sure I remain methodical, I take my time, I plan my work my plan, and execute it to the best of my ability. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to feel fear, it doesn't mean I'm not going to feel a little bit of anxiety every so often, it does not mean I'm not going to feel any kind of emotion. After all, I'm human, I'm not a robot. But what boxing does for me is that mental resilience, and in times when I'm taking a lot of shots, I need to cover up, I need to roll, I need to get out of the way, and I know fully well that when I'm a lot more resilient mentally because of boxing, my businesses, my relationships, they all become a lot better. So this is not just about the fight itself, it's about building that mental and emotional resilience. Next one, nutrition. You can be the best boxer technically, you could be the best fighter technically, you could have the hardest punch, you can be the quickest, but if you're not fueling your body right with the right nutrition, you're going to run out of steam. So I'm going to enhance my nutritional program. I would like to think I'm fairly healthy most of the time, but now I really need to step things up. If I'm really going to have that sustainable energy, I need to make sure I'm eating the right things at the right time, the right amount of quantity, and I need to be getting the right advice from different nutritionists in order to make sure that my body is functioning. Some of the food that I'm going to be eating is going to be taking away inflammation rather than enhancing it. Part of training is when you train really hard, you build up a lot of lactic acid, and some of the foods that we could take sometimes without even knowing can fuel that acidicness in your body. So I'm looking to take a lot of foods that are going to be high in alkaline to disperse that acid in my body, and therefore to make me recover. And the last one is the most important one. I'm doing this not to compete. I'm not here to compete, I'm here to win. I'm here to take over. I do not do things to dabble in it. When I got into property, I'm not in it to dabble. I'm here to take over a sector and become the very, very best version of me and build up a massive empire. I'm part of the Mimboso crew. I'm here at their headquarters. We're not doing it just to compete. We're not here to piss around or just take part. We're here to take over. And with my boxing fight, this is another demonstration for me, my own personal goal, that when I step in that ring, I'm not here to mess around or to give that person a chance. I'm here to fight. I'm here to win. And having that sheer determination, that animal instinct almost, I believe will help me in other parts of my life. Business is all about winning. Sales is all about winning. Taking part in sports is all about winning. There's no medal for second place. No one gives a shit about people that come second or third or beyond. This is about winning, and I know fully well if I'm not putting everything I can or have into this, then I'm going to come out losing or come out short, and I'm not prepared to do that. So this is definitely about winning, and this is about doing everything I can. So the reason why I wanted to share this with you is because if you're having a bit of a down period in your career, down period in your relationships, down period in your business, why don't you think about not necessarily working too hard and too stressful on your business, where you're causing yourself a lot of frustration. Why don't you look at a goal outside of it? Because you'll find that sometimes when you focus on other aspects of your life, your business, your relationships, your sales, they actually end up becoming better. When I've done a half a marathon, business gets better. When I've done some kind of Tough Mudder or some kind of like challenge, my sales get better. For some reason, I go back to the principle I said at the start. When I go really hard on myself and challenge myself, life gets better and life gets easier, and I end up making a lot more money, a lot more success, and things just happen, because it's almost like the universe is looking down at me and saying, you really want to be a better version of yourself, you want to become the best version of you, and therefore we're going to give you some opportunities to earn more in other aspects of your life. So this is just a bit of a tip from me, not because I've learned it from anywhere else. It's just that I've tried and tested this a few times over my life, and I haven't really stepped up physically like a boxing fight for many years, like I said, since 2013. So this is time for me to step outside my comfort zone, to grow, and to become to become a fighter. And I really feel that many things in my life are going to benefit from it. Hope you got some value from it. Be happy, never content. I'm Stephen Sulley. Thank you.